I'm looking at this headline, CNBC.com story. Telemedicine companies are struggling to serve extreme volumes of patients as coronavirus calls surge. Are you seeing extreme volumes?
We absolutely are. We're seeing demand up 50% week on week, and it's growing exponentially to the point where, we have a major supply and demand imbalance, which has existed in our overall healthcare system, and it's especially true now of all of telemedicine across the country.
I think one of the key questions as we see more and more people turn to the internet and go online for more and more of their needs right now, including telemedicine, is can your infrastructure handle it?
Well, our technology infrastructure is standing up. The real issue is really, can we bring enough doctors online fast enough to meet patient concern and demand for the service? And so we're hiring and adding doctors fast and furiously, but we're also looking at ways to enhance our triage technology to make sure that we're sorting appropriately so the patients in most need of care are actually getting the care they need. And so this is one case where getting to the front of the line and having the ability to skip the line is actually critical. And so we're fast developing new AI and new technologies to do that. We have a free assessment on our site, which has been used about 150,000 times, and we're doing more there to try to process the volume.
Yeah. One of the questions that certainly gets raised a lot that I've heard as more and more people turn to telemedicine, especially now in this time of coronavirus, to get a diagnosis or to, check in and about their health. How effective is it to be able to do this over video?
Well, it's incredibly effective. It's obviously the right thing to do in this time where you've got massive contagion, and you don't want to be infecting others if you think you might be at risk. So being able to have these consultations remotely from home is absolutely the right setting for care.
Hill, I get how telemedicine can certainly help for people who have symptoms for other things that are not related to coronavirus right now, because so many hospitals, emergency rooms, et cetera, might be overloaded. But I wonder if someone has symptoms that could be related to COVID-19, what can a telemedicine doctor do? I mean, doesn't that person need to get a test? What then is the process of moving this from online diagnosis to offline care?
It's a great question, Carl. I think that's what we're working on today, which is better triaging of patients. So ultimately, our doctors can do a wonderful job of assessing the probability of a patient with COVID-19. From there, the next step is to go get a test, and that's where our healthcare system is broken right now. We don't have the lab infrastructure and the testing infrastructure set up to where we can create a really simple handoff from a doctor visit into, say, a drive-through testing facility. These things are being stood up every day. We've had calls, for the last couple of weeks with industry leaders of all these companies to try to do this together, but it's, we're not prepared for it as an industry.
Yeah, it's going to be really fascinating to see what kind of changes actually take root from this entire situation, whether it's on the technological side, whether it's on the regulatory side. Hill Ferguson, Doctor on Demand CEO, thank you so much for joining us today.